So I think yesterday we have completed till the start date and end date variable.
Yes.
Now we are creating this mh Open this variable in the Admh spec. mhclslig is not here. Yeah, clinically significant, and the logic they have given map qval from sub mh when qname equal to, if in the qname variable the value is mhclsig, map qval from sub mh qval is the new variable. Okay, when the scenario is qname variable is containing mhclsig. Now go back to coding window. So we have called the mesodyne sub mh. We have dropped this drop and keep and length. Why we have done this, guys? Mostly because of, I think, finally in merging we might be facing issue because of length or something. That's why we have dropped. So for qname, for mhclsig, we have given the same logic. If qname is containing mhclsig, then mhclsig equal to qval. Okay. Now mhsql is equal to id varl. Go back to the Admh spec. Go at the top. Mh sequence to, here they have told mh sequence itself. Now go back to our coding window. Open this sub mh dataset. And show us id vrl variable. What is the value inside that? Now do one thing, unselect all other variables, select u subject id and id vrl. These three, id vr and id vrl. So if the subject is fresh, then one sequence, then two, it's repeating 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So guys, id vrl is nothing but it's containing the sequence of the subject. See, if the u subject id is available, or if he is visiting for the first time, then the first sequence in id vrl. If he is visiting now let's see the next record, the second subject 102. His data is available 4 times, first, second, third, fourth. So in the id vrl variable you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 visits he have done. The subject 102. 107 subject he have also done 4 visit. 1011 subject he have done 2 visit. So that sequence is containing in id vrl. So that's why we are calling the data from id vrl. Go back to coding window. Update the variable name to mh sequence as per the spec. mh I think. No, not this sequence one. It is at the top. Okay, remove L. Yeah. So these two variables is fine. Go down. Now we are calling next data set, ADSL data, and we are creating the data for study ID, use subject ID. Okay, study ID and use subject ID is fine, but study ID and use subject ID data will be already present in the data set. Open the ADSL data.
ADSL data, sir.
Yeah, it will be in the, you have uploaded the data, right? But ADSL will be not, ADSL is the Admh level. Okay, just check in that folder. Not here, this is the spec. You need to see the data. All the raw files you have updated, right?
I
Check
downloaded, sir, but not uploaded.
ADSL is there? Yes, it is there. Here, bottom fifth number, I think fourth or fifth. Yeah,
Yes.
upload this data in the Admh data folder, because this is ADSL, Admh level data. In Admh, we don't have raw data. In Admh, the name will be data. Simply give it data.
Okay, sir. I will change after uploading.
Yeah. Desktop. Okay. Now this is in different folder, right? Admh. So you need to create a
Yes.
library for it. So you can call it. So at the top, go at the top. That first you have commented, right? The first one, uncommented.
Yes.
Update the name to Admh, ADAM, Admh data, Admh underscore D. ADAM underscore D. And give the path of data, because you need to call data, right? Yeah. And make sure you have called the second library as well.
Today we not called, sir.
Then call it. Okay. Now where is go up? Yeah, down.
Yes.
Now show us this ADSL data. Study ID and new subject ID is already present, right?
Yes, sir.
So no need to create this two variable. Now do one thing. Open the MS data set as well. Verify is the format of study ID and new subject ID is same in MH and ADSL. Format means how it is looking, not that format. Here in study ID 3x, 3y,
Same.
4y, 103. Exactly same. Just
Not
verify.
different, sir.
Here it's
Here 3y, here there is a 4y.
Actually, it should not be like this. but maybe. Okay, now go back to coding window. That's why we are creating study ID manually XXXYYY103 use subject ID. Simply we are now check the use subject ID. Use subject ID how it is. MH and ADSL. This is MH.
Different, sir.
That's
Here
why we are
also.
creating. Yeah. Now go back to coding window. So that's why we are creating the study ID XXXYYY103 use subject ID. We are simply concatenating study ID 01 and subject ID. This is fine. Now let's come to the key main variables. TRTP. Show us this variable in the spec. TRTP. Medium image.
Yes, sir.
Plant treatment. So guys, plant treatment is nothing but do you remember while creating DM data set, we have seen the actual treatment and plant treatment. We have created some variables. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what we have planned as per the protocol and what we have given actually. So those data will be available in this TRTP and TRTA is nothing but actual treatment. Now let's see the logic for one variable 36 row TRTP and treatment. So that is simply calling the data from ADSL TRT01P. Okay, so we need to simply map it, nothing else. So we are simply mapping it. Okay. So TRTP is nothing but plant treatment. TRTPN is nothing but the same thing but in number form. Okay, coded form. TRTA is nothing but actual treatment and TRTAN is nothing but in a coded way in number. Okay. Now we are merging two data set. This MH2, the earlier data set and sub MH by subject ID and sequence. And domain we are telling we are creating this ADMH domain. Run the previous data set. See, the problem is we have changed the library name, right? This ADSL is available in the ADSL underscore D library. ADSL underscore D. So instead of SDMD, ADSL underscore D will come.
We need to write ADM, sir.
Okay, what is the library name we have given? I think ADM,
ADM.
ADAM,
Yeah.
Adam. Okay. ADAMD, then the same.
We need to run this also, sir.
Okay, let us understand the code first, and finally we'll run all the codes and we'll see the output. Go back to coding window.
Yes, sir.
Just allow me for a minute. Okay. So then again we are merging, we are creating a new data set. We are merging that final MS data with the ADSL data, okay, by using the subject ID. And we are giving condition if X. So if X is nothing but which join, guys? Left, right,
Left, sir.
left join, right?
Left.
X is nothing but first data set. So we are telling if the data is present in the MS data set, the subject ID, use subject ID data is present in the MS data set, then only take the data from ADSL data set. Okay. So for the subject ID which is present in the MS data set, for those subject ID, it will take the data from ADSL1 data. Go down. Then we are creating a let macro in that we are keeping all the variables in sequence as per the guys
Spec.
Adm spec. Then we are creating the data and we are storing this data in a Adm library. Instead of that, in a storing in a library, you can directly store it in a work for now. Simply keep the data name Admh. Then we are writing keep statement to keep all the variables which we have mentioned in the let macro or keep ADMH macro. Then we are retaining all the variables as per the Adm spec sequence. We are calling the final data set AMS. We are giving the label name. Label name again we are giving from which document, guys? Adm spec. And which particular spec from Adm?
ADMH.
ADMH, because we are creating ADMH data set. Go upside. Go more up. Go more up. Okay. So guys, that's it for this ADSL. So the people who have practiced this ADSL, those can ask the doubts from the last session if you are having doubts. Okay, I'll give you a tip, guys. You can follow that. It will make your work easier. The clinical part is more about logical understanding, data understanding, the variables you are creating, rather than coding. Coding you have learned in the base and advance. Now you are learning the logic, how I am implementing the data, how I am implementing the code part in the clinical part. So the tip is, whenever you are creating a data set in the beginning, let's suppose you are creating this ADMH for the first time. In the Admh IG document, go in the Admh IG document and refer this, refer the IG. Admh IG. So in the Admh IG, which data set you gonna refer, guys?
ADMH. Which dataset we want to create, sir?
MH data
Which
set.
dataset?
And
Yes.
SDDM name will be MH, medical history.
Yeah. we need to see that one.
Mhm.
Sir, like during the spec preparation, like sir, like for us, like a statistical programmer, like we need to like focus on the specs, sir. Like because specs is prepared, I think from the if we understand the specs, that will be easy, sir, compared to like
Yes.
for us to do mapping.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct
Because
only.
like little bit I was reading today, like mapping about the mapping of HDTM
Mm-hmm.
data and all. Like
Mm-hmm.
during the CRF designing itself, they think like how to implement series, and they will prepare the specs. So programmers, you need to understand the specs and
Spec.
then accordingly,
Yeah.
and accordingly,
Like
what
we
is the
did.
requirement? Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like we did in the SDM, we followed the DM spec, and the same we are doing in the Adam. We are following the Adam spec.
Okay.
But why
Like
we,
one.
yeah, but why we have focused little more on the code rather than the spec? The spec is the primary document because there is small flaws, I think, in the data. To verify that, we have preferred the code as well to rectify whether we are correct or not.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir. So I have one query. Like suppose we did the mapping as per the specs and something. So
Okay.
how to validate that, sir? Like it is properly came or not?
So you'll be not validating. There will be QC programmers.
Okay. So we come like suppose in QC so many query will come, then they will point out like why it is missing
Okay.
these things.
Uh, Guys, have we done one session where I have guided you the flow, how the things happen?
No, sir. I think
I
I
think we
feel
did
I
one
don't
session.
like like we did like how they study in all these things, but like this
Mhm.
thing we I think we not answer like how the data will
Okay,
come, then
let's
which
take an example. Okay.
yes, sir.
Uh, Open an Excel sheet, Abdul.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sir, one query, more query. Like, what is the
Yeah.
Pinnacle 21 and all these things, sir?
What I'll do for Clinical, I'll take a separate session.
Okay, sir.
I'll take one more sessions, guys, for Pinnacle and Adam.
Sir, you shared
Additional,
one site, na, sir, like for
hmm,
HTTM ID
CDIS.
PPT. CDs. Like
Yeah.
one guy he on the blog, complete detail is there. I was
Mhm,
reading his guideline. He shared
mhm.
some one guideline for the that is very comprehensive. Like I will share with our like learning team. I today I referred that is like really it's very comprehensive.
Which document you are talking about?
Like yesterday I read from that website only, sir. You referred one blog, no, sir. He given
CDISC.
that completely.
CDISC are the for the optimized version of CDISC as
Yes,
HDMIG.
sir. Optimize. Yeah. From their website only I downloaded these documents.
Okay.
And like it's a series HDTM mapping something. This guideline.
Mhm.
For medics, you recommended sir one blog.
Yeah,
I was
there was a
reading.
session. I think there was 2 or 3 sessions from that website, right? I told
Yeah,
you
sir.
guys to
You
create your own
suggested
document.
on PPT. Same
Yeah,
website, sir.
that's great.
It's it's very comprehensive, sir. Like given all the detail. Like
Correct, correct,
it's
correct. Do one
I
thing,
feel
Abdul.
like
After
I
the
can
session, upload this document on our documents folder we have, right?
sure, sir. I will do that, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We will continue this
Yeah.
flow.
Now, let's suppose. Okay. First column, give the name task. Second column, give the name production. Third column, give the name QC. In the second and third column, add the word programmer after production and QC. Next column, comments. Task, production, QC. Okay, let me explain this first. So let's suppose, now go in the second row. Simply write SDDM DM. Now let's suppose the production programmer name is Pooja. QC programmer name is Abdul.
Sir, same like two people will do this like same task.
Yeah, I'm coming to that. Add a column after C column, add a before comments column, add a column status. 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 Production status. Give the column name production status. And add one more column after this. Before comments. And QC status. So let me ensure our recording is on. Fine. Now, let's suppose your task. Let's suppose they have allocated this task to create SDDM DM task. In the production column, they will tell that who is the primary programmer who will create this data set from the spec. Okay, so Pooja will create this data set by using the spec. The same data set is allocated to Abdul as well. But the difference between here in Pooja and Abdul is Pooja will be someone with less experience. Okay, 1, 2, most probably. Abdul will be someone who is having more experience, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pooja can be 1, 2, 3. Abdul can be 2, 3, 4, 5. A QCR is always someone who is having more experience. That's how you can do the QC, right? Quality check.
Yes, sir.
So both will do the same programming using the same spec. Okay, by following the same DM spec, both will do the programming. But both will not able to see their codes. Pooja will not able to access Abdul codes. Abdul will not able to access the Pooja code. But they can access their final data. Now let's suppose if Pooja have started or completed the creation of this DM data set. So in the production status, she will write completed. And let's suppose QC is ongoing. So here Abdul will write ongoing. Okay. So what will happen? Abdul will have the final data access of Pooja. Abdul is a QCR programmer. So there is a proc compare. In the next session, I will show you the proc compare, how one can compare the data. This is a senior work. As a fresher, you'll be not doing, but I'll show you. So Abdul will compare his data set with the Pooja data set. Why Abdul will compare, not Pooja? See, Abdul is having more experience in this scenario, let's suppose. So it is always believed the person with the more experience will be doing the QC. Okay, he will compare, and let's suppose any comments is there. Let's suppose there is a variable in the DM data set U subject ID, and U subject ID there is a truncation issue. Some data is not coming. So simply write in the comment U subject ID variable is having truncation issue. The data is getting truncated or full data is not coming.
Hello.
Yes, Pooja.
Sir, in between me and Abdul, who is validator and who is developer?
You can say validator will be Abdul, developer will be Pooja. But in
Okay.
here in clinical, we call it production and QC. So developer will
Okay.
be the production and
Mhm.
validator will be the QC.
Okay.
So it's a common way of thinking that validator will be always with someone with more experience, or developer will be with some less experience, right? Now this is one comment. Again, let's suppose if he is having multiple comment, so you can write multiple comments accordingly, whatever comments you want to give. And the same, this tracker will be seen by Pooja, and whatever comments will be here, it will be resolved by Pooja. Okay. And yeah, and create a next column, comment status. Let's suppose there was one comment given by the validator. Guys, just allow me for a minute. Okay. So am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got a call from I have ordered something online. That's why I have to take the call. Okay, that's fine. Now let's continue this comment status. So let's suppose if Pooja have updated this comment, okay, about use subject ID. So she can simply write here use subject ID comment updated. So whatever comment related to that particular variable was there in the comments, it was updated. So this is how a structure of, the task allocation and the names and the status. Again, different company can follow different one. They might have updated as well. But this is the basic structure. Yes, Pooja.
Sir, while doing programming, what document exactly we need?
That's a
Like
good
apart
question.
from STDM that is like and protocol like what we can use apart from this.
Correct. Correct. So Pooja, see, we have created DM data set, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like you are available at that time. We have taken the DM data sets.
Yes, yes. I in power session I available, but after that
Okay,
I'm
that's
not.
fine. So can you tell me what are the documents we were using while creating that data set?
Protocol and STDM and raw data.
No, the very first document, the primary document we were using every time, that was
Uh, Raw data, I thought.
spec, SDM spec, TM spec, right?
Huh. Yes, 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 yes.
Each and every time you have to visit the spec to check the variable name and their logic. That was the primary,
Mm-hmm.
the most important.
Mm-hmm.
In this sequence,
Okay.
the first document will be spec for creating SDM or atom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now using the spec, all the standard things were mentioned over there, right? The variable name from where to call the data. So you need an existing data, patient data, right? And that is called raw
Mm-hmm.
data. So you need
Mm-hmm.
raw data in SDM. Okay. So one is spec, another data. Then what else? Sometimes if you have to check little more or verify something.
Another is raw data.
Yeah. Yeah. Continue, Pooja.
Yes, raw data and protocol.
Protocol is also there, but we'll go with the sequence, what we are using aggressively in that sequence. So aggressively, the very first thing we are using spec, then data,
Mm.
then might be CRF. Okay, sometimes if you have to
Yes.
check how the data is getting stored in the CRF because it's coming like this, it's missing here, whether the data is available collected in CRF or not, kind of. So then
Mm-hmm.
that ECRF or ACRF or CRF, most probably ACRF. Then if you want
Sir,
some
what is
greater,
difference between CRF and ACRF?
yeah, CRF is nothing but a simple form. ACRF is
Mm.
nothing but an annotated form. The standard names will be written over there.
Okay, okay. Which we already
Annotation.
annotated. That is a. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then protocol. Okay. If you want to know more about the study, what is the primary, secondary endpoints, all those things, inclusion, exclusion criteria, study duration, which way we are giving the drug, it's intravenous, oral, or how it is. So I believe these are the primary. On top of that, there is a document I'll show you. For that, we'll have a session SAP. SAP is nothing but optimized version of protocol. क्योंकि protocol बहुत ही बड़ा document होता है. बहुत ही बड़ा is not like that. From protocol, you don't need to read the whole protocol, the important things only. But SAP is the optimized version of protocol. There is a document known as SAP. But majorly you use as in statistical programmer spec raw data, a max ACRF, a max protocol. If
And
needed,
sir, like
SAP.
code list is something I heard from someone. Code list something.
Code list is nothing but it was there in the spec itself.
Okay.
Code list is nothing but if few things are standard now. Let's suppose every time, let's suppose we have created one data set in SDM, right? DM. But you know, there are multiple data set. We have seen during the SDM IG session.
Yes, sir.
So in each and every data set, this U subject variable will be there, right?
Hmm.
Study ID, site ID, subject ID, and U subject ID. These are common variable. So what they
Yes.
can do, they can keep this variable in the code list.
Okay.
Because instead of keeping this in each and every sheet, each and every spec, these are standard that gonna be utilized in each and every spec. So they're gonna make it standard in code list.
So, sir, well, like we can made one macro, na? Instead of like code list, we can make one macro, and while we have to use this like
Correct,
subj ID, use subj ID, and we call directly macro. So it's easy, I think.
correct, correct. See, you are correct. But what is the sense behind macro पूजा? Macro कब create करते हैं? जब आपको automation करना होता है. Automation कब करता है कोई? जब कोई task बड़ा हो, right? स्टडी आईडी, सब्जेक्ट आईडी, एक एक रो का टास्क है, राइट? एक लाइन का कोड होता है. तो जितने में मैक्रो लिखोगे उतने में तो वो कोड से हो जाएगा, सिंपल कोड से, राइट?
ओके.
बट आपका लॉजिक सही है, क्योंकि वो बार बार क्रिएट करते हैं तो क्यों ना हम उसे ऑटोमेट कर दे. बट द लॉजिक इज कि आप मैक्रो भी कॉल करते हो तो भी एक लाइन लगेगा, आप उसको क्रिएट भी कर देते हो तो भी एक या दो लाइन लगेंगे, राइट? दैट्स द रीजन वी डोंट ऑटोमेट दैट स्मॉल थिंग्स.
हेलो
यस राजेश.
सर, इसी में ही एक क्वेश्चन था, बेसिक का क्वेश्चन. जैसे कि आपने
हम्म.
बताया एक प्रोडक्शन पार्ट होता है, क्यूसी का पार्ट होता है, तो
हम्म.
मतलब दोनों को ही सेम कोड क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा. जैसे कि क्यूसी का एक्सपीरियंस ज़्यादा होगा, मतलब वो पहले अगर कोड जनरेट कर दिए तो वो भी तो मतलब एज ए यूजफुल तो हो सकता है ना. तो उसमें जो लेस एक्सपीरियंस वाला जो प्रोडक्शन में है, तो उसके लिए क्या वेट करा जाएगा, मतलब वो कब मतलब रेडी करके देगा, मतलब ऐसा कुछ सिनेरियो होता है क्या सर?
It is not with the less and more. प्रोडक्शन का ही कोड यूज होता है फाइनली.
तो
क्यूसी का कोड
फाइनली
नहीं,
प्रोडक्शन का ही.
मतलब कोड नहीं, प्रोडक्शन का ही फाइनल डेटा यूज होता है, और कोड भी क्यूसी का नहीं. क्यूसी तो सिर्फ वेरीफाई कर रहा होता है, विल बी वेरीफाइंग.
अच्छा, मतलब ऐसा हो सकता है
राइट
अगर
सर, ऑडिटर.
ऑडिटर यू कैन से एनीथिंग लाइक वैलिडेटर, ऑडिटर, क्यूसी.
मतलब ऐसे बोल सकते हैं कि क्यूसी में जो पर्सन होंगे वो किस स्टैंडर्ड कोड रेडी कर देते हो, मतलब प्रोडक्शन में तो बहुत सारे लोग इन्वॉल्व हो गए ना, मतलब
जी,
डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कैटेगोरिकली.
क्यूसीयर से भी
तो
गलती हो सकता है राजेश.
यस यस.
क्यूसीयर से भी गलती हो सकता है, फिर कौन वेरीफाई करेगा? ओके, so no doubt प्रोसेस ऐसा होता है. प्रोडक्शन इज द प्राइमरी प्रोग्रामर. ओके, यू,
ओके
दैट्स व्हाई यू आर इन द प्रोडक्शन. आप ही प्रोडक्ट को यू विल क्रिएट इट, यू विल क्रिएट द कोड, यू विल क्रिएट द फाइनल डेटा. और आपके और उसमें डिफरेंस क्या होगा? कोड का डिफरेंस हो सकता है. शायद उसने दूसरा लॉजिक लिख के कोड किया हो, आपने दूसरा, या सेम भी हो सकता है, राइट? बट डेटा तो सेम आना चाहिए, क्योंकि स्पेक तो सेम है, राइट? और रॉ डेटा
राइट.
सेम है, तो डेटा दोनों का मैच होना चाहिए. अब क्योंकि क्यूसीआर एक्सपीरियंस वाला है तो वो आपको रिव्यू देगा, आप उसे नहीं दे पाते ज्यादा,
अच्छा अच्छा.
बिकॉज ही इज हैविंग द एक्सपीरियंस, सो मोस्ट प्रोबब्ली हिज डेटा विल बी करेक्ट. फिर ऐसा भी नहीं है कि क्यूसीआर ने कर दिया तो सीधा सबमिट हो जाता है. लेट सपोज प्रोडक्शन ने कर दिया, क्यूसी ने कर दिया, एंड उसके बाद वो होगा सीनियर के पास रिव्यू जाएगा. सीनियर के बाद मे बी प्रिंसिपल या लीड के पास रिव्यू जाएगा. फाइनली उसके बाद वो डेटा फाइनलाइज हो जाएगा. इट विल गो टू क्लाइंट, it will go to buy station, it will go to client, and finally it will no finally it will go to, yeah, FDA.
ओके सर.
Sir, I have query like first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, Abdul, you can go. Continue.
Yes, sir. Like first, like EDC will capture the data. We will get the raw data, sir, right? So then first we need to create STTM, then Atom, then table listing and figure, no, sir, right? This is the flow, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So that where the raw data library will be there, sir. Like we need to connect the first that library, then call that library, and
Okay.
then we will need to convert
CDM
the
team.
like.
CDM
Okay, sir.
team will be there, right? Before us.
Yes, yes, sir.
CDM team will create a final raw data, structure raw data
Yes, sir.
from form to dataset, SAS dataset.
Yes,
Those
sir.
dataset you'll be getting. You need to simply create a library and create a library for raw data. Because they will
Okay.
be
We need to
sharing the raw
create that.
data. You need to create SDM, Adam, table listing
Okay, sir.
using that.
Like now, sir, like this is another like we directly call the data from like data from EDC to SAS. Something is there like import the data from EDC directly to SAS. Something is there like
No,
okay,
CDM
sir.
team will be there. They will be doing this.
Okay, they
They
will
will be
give the complete raw
finalizing.
data.
You
We
remember
need to
in the CDISC lecture, I have showed you some standards which is not used by us. C dash, that is for CDM.
yeah. Yes, right, right.
If you go and check that recording of the session. So those document, using those document, CDM team will sanitize the data first.
Yes.
Then they'll create the final raw data and they'll upload on the server and we will finally get the data. We need to simply call it in a library. Is this
Sir,
clear,
one more
Abdul?
query, sir. Yes, sir, got it, sir. They will give the data. We need to upload those data in one library and connect that library and program for the
No, not
further activity.
uploading and anything. You need to
No,
simply
just
call it.
call that library, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, suppose like today we started the programming, but in mid like today we not completed some task. So tomorrow we need to call the both libraries, sir, right?
Of
Actually,
course, because
we did
once you
today.
close the SAS software, the library will be disconnected. So, but it's a
Okay.
1 second task, right? You just need to already the code will be written. You just need to run it.
No, just I have not done that, so I'm using this like
Okay.
today we did that call that two library, and that's why I got the
Yeah.
clarity, sir.
Yeah. The same way.
Got it. Yes, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Abdul. Yes, Pooja.
Sir, like while we do programming of like DM dataset, so like how many days it took
In real time or like as
in
in
real
fresher, you
time?
are asking how much time it
No,
should
no,
take.
no.
In real time.
Like in general, I'm asking.
See, it's totally depend upon your expertise. But in the study, like let's suppose how much time you'll be getting in the study. So in the studies, this is not like that you need to finish today itself. As we have discussed in the clinical trial phases, studies will go for a minimum 4, 5, 6 months if it is early. If it is a late phase, it can go for years. So it's not like that you need to submit it today or tomorrow, but yeah, for sure, there will be some hours allocated to you for that. स्टडीज में क्या होता है मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली जैसे कि आपको एसडीएम डीएम डेटा सेट है तो उसके लिए आपको एलोकेट हो जाएगा सम 12 आवर्स 10 आवर्स 20 आवर्स काइंड ऑफ बट दैट इज फॉर रेफरेंस ऐसा जरूरी नहीं होता कि आपको उतने आवर्स में कंप्लीट कर देना है क्योंकि क्या होता है जब आपको एलोकेट होता है ये व्हेन यू गॉट एलोकेटेड दीज डेटा सेट्स और टेबल लिस्टिंग्स so at the same time the data is coming from the site. Let's suppose जब स्टडी स्टार्ट होता है तभी आपको सारे टास्क असाइन हो जाते हैं। लेट सपोज फेज 3 का ट्रायल आपको असाइन हुआ है। लेट सपोज फेज 1 का ट्रायल असाइन हुआ है, आपकी कंपनी ने बिड किया फेज 1 के ट्रायल के लिए, वो बिड जीत गई, उनको मिल गया स्टडी। नाउ वी हैव डिस्कस फेज 1 का ट्रायल कितने टाइम तक जाता है। इट कैन बी अप टू 6 months और इट कैन बी अप टू 1 year एज वेल। ओके, क्लिनिकल ट्रायल फेजेस में हमने पढ़ा भी है फेज 1 फेज 2 कितना ड्यूरेशन रहता है रेफरेंस। इन रियल टाइम इट टोटली डिपेंड ऑन स्टडी। सो लेट्स अज्यूम 6 months की वो स्टडी चलने वाली है। ओके, नाउ सो वो स्टडी 6 months क्यों चलती है? क्योंकि पेशेंट के ऊपर डिफरेंट टेस्ट होते हैं साइट पे, एट द साइट लेवल डिफरेंट टेस्ट विल हैपन। सो लेट सपोज कि ऐसा डिसाइड हुआ है कि 3 months तक हम पेशेंट को ड्रग देंगे, तो 3 months में हम उसको 20 विजिट्स करने वाले हैं, हर 3 दिन में, हर 4 दिन में, डिपेंड अपॉन वॉट एवर दे हैव डिस्कस्ड, डॉक्टर ने जो भी डिसाइड किया है। ठीक है, हर 4 या 5 दिन में विजिट करना है। तो पूरा डेटा ऐसा नहीं होता कि सारे के सारे विजिट हो गए 3 months बाद आपके पास डेटा आएगा फाइनली शुरू करोगे, नहीं। उधर उन्होंने डिसाइड किया, इधर कंपनी ने प्रोजेक्ट बिड किया, काम कंपनी को आया, आपका काम यहाँ पे स्टार्ट हो जाएगा क्योंकि आपको स्ट्रक्चर दे दिया जाएगा। तो लेट सपोज पेशेंट ने 3 विजिट किए, आप यहाँ पे कोड रेडी कर रहे हो, ऑलमोस्ट रेडी कर दिया है, तो आप जब कोड रन करोगे तो उनके 3 विजिट्स का डेटा आ जाएगा। अगर 3 विजिट्स का डेटा अवेलेबल है तो लेट सपोज उन्होंने 10 कर दिए तो आप 10 मिनट्स का डेटा आ जाएगा, तो आपका स्ट्रक्चर रेडी हो जाता है तब तक। बट इट इज नॉट सबमिटेड टिल द टाइम द फुल डेटा इज कलेक्टेड। ठीक है,
ओके सर।
बट आपका कोड डायनेमिक रहता है और जैसे ही डेटा आता जाता है आप रीरन करते हो सिंपली कोड, और अकॉर्डिंग टू योर कोड द डेटा गॉट फिल्टर्ड, राइट। क्योंकि डेटा को आने में टाइम लगता है, बट ये स्ट्रक्चर पहले ही रेडी कर दिया स्पेक, बिकॉज स्पेक इज फॉर फ्रॉम एसडीडीएमआईजी, राइट। वो तो स्टैंडर्ड है ऑलरेडी, वो तो उसमें कुछ ज्यादा चेंजेस होगा नहीं, दैट इज 99% गाना बी सेम। ठीक है, तो स्पेक तो सेम होगा चाहे एसडीएम या एडम हो, तो वो पहले ही क्रिएट कर देते हैं। ठीक है, और स्टडी के हिसाब से कुछ चेंजेस करने होते हैं तो करते रहते हैं टाइम के साथ, और डेटा साइट से जैसे जैसे आता रहता है आप अपने कोड रीरन करते रहते हो और वो अपडेट होता रहता है। तो ऐसा तो बोल ही नहीं सकते कि एक दिन में, क्योंकि एक दिन में तो स्टडी खत्म ही नहीं होती, राइट। उस साइट पे उसका डेटा रोज कलेक्ट होगा, हर 3 दिन बाद जो भी इंटरवल रखा होगा डॉक्टर्स ने, और वो डेटा बार बार वहां से प्रोसेस होके सीआरएफ में से प्रोसेस होके एंड काइंड ऑफ इट विल कम टू यू।
ओके।
नाउ समटाइम्स इट कैन बी कि उन्होंने पूरा डेटा कलेक्ट कर दिया है फिर आपको दिया है, समटाइम्स इट कैन बी कि वहाँ कलेक्ट हो रहा है और आपके पास आ रहा है।
ओके ओके।
तो आपका कोड तब तक रेडी हो जाता है। एंड नाउ कमिंग टू वी वेंट टू द लॉन्गर थिंग कि कितना टाइम लगना चाहिए। सो कितना टाइम लगना चाहिए, आई बिलीव वन डेटा सेट, एक जो डेटा सेट होता है एज एन एक्सपीरियंस पर्सन यू कैन इजिली क्रिएट इन 1 day, बट एज एन फ्रेशर इट टोटली डिपेंड अपॉन कि आप कितनी मेहनत कर रहे हो, बिकॉज एज एन फ्रेशर यू डोंट गेट द एक्सपर्टीज, राइट। यू हैव टू डू हार्ड वर्क, एंड हार्ड वर्क इज लाइक हाउ मच प्रैक्टिस यू आर डूइंग। तो अगर आपने ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस कर रहे होगे एज अ फ्रेशर तो आपको कम टाइम लगेगा, अगर आप ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर रहे होगे तो आपको फॉर श्योर ज्यादा टाइम लगेगा। एंड इन द फ्रेशर सिनेरियो, इन द फ्रेशर सिनेरियो दैट्स व्हाई दे डोंट गिव यू मच टास्क।
ओके।
और इसीलिए आपकी ट्रेनिंग भी होती है 3 months की, ताकि वो आपको जज करते हैं कि आप कितना टाइम ले रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हो, उसी के हिसाब से आपको टेबल लिस्टिंग या एसडीएम एडम दिया जाता है। और इसीलिए आपको टेबल और लिस्टिंग पहले देते हैं बिकॉज दैट इज इजी एंड डिपेंडेंसी इज लेस।
ओके ओके।
तो जैसे जैसे परफॉर्म करते जाते हैं अकॉर्डिंगली दे गिव यू द टास्क। एंड या यू गेट इनफ टाइम। ठीक है, और एक डेट होती है, उस टाइम पे हमें इंटरनल सबमिशन होता है। अब ऐसा नहीं होता कि जैसे कि क्लाइंट ने रखा है दैट नेक्स्ट मंथ क्लाइंट को सबमिट करना है, तो हम क्लाइंट के डेट पे चीज़ें कंप्लीट नहीं करते, विल कंप्लीट इट 20 days और 30 days बिफोर और 10 days बिफोर। तो इंटरनल हमारा सबमिशन होगा, फाइनल डेट जो आपके मैनेजर ने डिसाइड किया होगा, उस डेट तक सारी चीज़ें कंप्लीट हो जानी चाहिए।
ओके।
तो या तब तक हमें अच्छा खासा स्पान मिल जाता है. It will be easily anyway. It will be easily a span of 1 month or 2 month. As a fresher, what I have noticed, आपको प्रॉब्लम तभी आता है guys. What I have noticed, जब आप जो आपको टाइम मिला है उसको यूटिलाइज ना करो प्रॉपरली. तो एक तो ज्यादा प्रेशर तब आ सकता है जब कंपनी में आपकी ट्रेनिंग चल रही हो. दे माइट ग्रिल यू. वो चाहते हैं कि आप 6 महीने में फाइजर के लास्ट फाइजर में जो हमारे स्टूडेंट हायर हुए थे रिसेंटली, उनके साथ ऐसा हुआ था. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
So in the Pfizer, what they have done, they have given a training of 4 to 5 months, but they have
Okay.
grilled the student literally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, क्योंकि मुझे भी अभी भी याद है, I have done a session with a student at night 2 or 3 p.m. So literally उस टाइम पे स्टूडेंट को उन्होंने ग्रिल कर दिया था. But what they have done, what I have noticed, within those 4 months, Pooja, they have given the students the knowledge of 9 months or 1 year. उन्होंने 4 months में ही 9 महीने की नॉलेज दे दी एग्जैक्टली.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now the what gonna happen, जब वो ट्रेनिंग के बाद स्टडीज पे गए तो उनके लिए काम काफी कम हो गया एंड चीजें काफी इजी हो गई क्योंकि उन्होंने ट्रेनिंग में काफी ग्रिल कर दिया था.
Mm-hmm.
नाउ द थिंग्स आर इजी. So I believe
Okay.
it's all about practice only, guys. Because if you are practicing, you're gonna find a way. You're gonna understand it, or you're gonna ask questions. And if you're asking questions, if you're looking for it, you're gonna get the solution. And to be true, guys, कोडिंग बहुत डिफिकल्ट नहीं है. जो लॉजिक आप यहाँ पे कर रहे हो 90% ऑफ टाइम लॉजिक सेम होगा. क्यों? क्योंकि एसडीएम आईजी से स्पेक बन रहा है. स्पेक को हम फॉलो करके कोडिंग कर रहे हैं. सो दैट गोना बी सेम. नाउ द वर्क इज गोइंग ऑन ऑटोमेशन. ठीक है, अब तो काम चल रहा है ऑटोमेशन पे. बट एनी डे कुछ भी हो, ऑटोमेशन हो, कोडिंग करनी हो, एनी डे यू नीड टू नो द लॉजिक. आपको लॉजिक क्लियर होना चाहिए. एंड व्हाट आई बिलीव फ्रॉम यू गाइस कि आप, हमने मैक्रोज में अच्छे खासे एग्जांपल्स किए, राइट? दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव स्पेंड मोर टाइम ऑन द मैक्रो पार्ट. वी हैव डन सम ऑटोमेशन, सम एग्जांपल्स वी हैव सॉल्व्ड. सो आपको क्या करना है कि आप जब इंडस्ट्री में जॉब लग जाओ, so after that what you need to do, you need to try to automate your own code, a small part of code. Then try to automate the large part of code. Then try to automate the whole code if possible. And it is not mandatory. No one is going to force you. आपको तो simple code ही लिखने हैं at the end of the day. But if you're trying to automate, then you will be in top 5% in this industry. Because सबसे पहले तो it's not like कि आप pressure डाल रहे हो खुद पे. आपका, you know what's the benefit? इसी इंडस्ट्री में कोई ऐसा पर्सन भी होता है जो शायद 3 दिन लगा के कोई टास्क करे और 8 घंटे लगा के कोई टास्क करे, और एक ऐसा कैंडिडेट भी होता है जो 2 घंटे में भी कर दे. दैट्स अ ब्यूटी ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर्स. आप अपने काम को ऑटोमेट कर लो. You can finish your task early. You can do in 1 or 2 or 3 hours. But I don't believe initially ये ऐसा होता है. Initially you need to put efforts. का लॉजिक उतना डेवलप नहीं रहता है. You have to develop it, and that gonna take some time. So what mistake I have observed initially that happened by me, or that is done by me, that I got ample amount of time in the initial 6 months during the training, and I wasted 80% of time. There was some days that continuous work were not there during the training. Sometimes in the studies as well. Continuous work was not there for me, and I started enjoying that time. Now after that, gradually I felt it's not the time I'm enjoying, it's the knowledge I'm lacking. I started feeling that. Then yeah, of course, you'll get to know these things, and after some time you have to work on it. So the same I started doing at that time. So initially, this is the common mistake a lot of people do, that they get work, then they don't get work, they don't know anything. You don't spend time on learning. So initial 6 months, and you need to understand the logic. It's not about comfort initially that you got a job in big company or getting this pay or XYZ. It's all about the efforts, the time you are giving in the learning in the initial 6 months. If you are getting good amount of time, if you are spending the same time in learning, even if you don't have enough task, then your coming 6 months or 1 year gonna be very smooth. But if you are wasting your time in the initial 6 months or 8 months, then your coming 1 year gonna be rough. And slowly you will start feeling that कि मेरे साथ जो कलीग है वो काफी अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहा है और मैं ही अच्छा नहीं कर रहा. गाइज, आप में से किसी को भी ऐसा होता होगा ना कि मैं ऐसा नहीं कर रहा, अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं कर रहा. सिंगल रीजन बिहाइंड इट, मतलब उसका सिंगल रीजन यही है कि आप टाइम नहीं दे रहे, और कुछ है ही नहीं. You are not low, you are not high, someone is not having high IQ. It's the fact that you are not giving much time, you are not doing much practice. आप प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर रहे. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता कि मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा, ऐसा कुछ होता ही नहीं है. देयर इज नथिंग लाइक दैट कि मुझे आ ही नहीं रहा. अगर नहीं आ रहा एंड यू आर पुटिंग एफर्ट, यू गोना गेट द आंसर either from here either from there. The only problem is कि मैं नहीं कर रहा. I'm not giving the sufficient time. तो अगर आप इनिशियल 6 मंथ अच्छे से टाइम देते हो, सो यू कैन एंजॉय द जर्नी. अगर इनिशियल 6 मंथ्स टाइम नहीं देते, आप प्रोजेक्ट पे आते हो, आप पे सडन प्रेशर आता है, तो यू गोना फील प्रेशराइज. It's a simple fact that you get everything but you don't deserve. That's a fact. Like as you grow, you need to grow technically as well. But initial 1-2 year आप काम कर लेते हो, 1 year अगर आप अच्छे से सीख लेते हो, if you like put good amount of efforts, you spend your time in learning, then your coming years gonna be smooth only, for sure. Because जो सीखना होता है वो इनिशियल सबसे ज्यादा 6 months और 1 year में ही सीखना होता है. 1 year के बाद you never have to work hard like that. जो 6 months या 1 year में जो वर्क हार्ड करना रहता है ना, that is a combined effort of 10 year hard work. तो 1 year में वो हार्ड वर्क करते हो, वो उसका जो लेवल होता है वो 90% होता है, और आगे के 10 years, आगे के 9 years में जो एफर्ट लगाते हो वो 50% होता है. And these are the common logics, that will be implemented to each and every technical job. Okay, so guys, that's all from my end. If you haven't practiced, practice the DM and the Admh. And let's connect in the tomorrow session. If you're having any doubts, we'll take it. Okay, so any questions, anyone? Or we can wind up the session for today. Okay. Thank you, everyone, and bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.